He's actually out dealing with, and we're live. All right, and welcome to another episode of Confidential. I've got Mr. Ubbs down there, and I got Mr. Head Kicks and Haymakers, the Bockins right there, and we are live on Sideline Sports Network. Uh, Please follow us on all of our great platforms. We are on X. If you want to call it Twitter, that's fine. Also Facebook as well as Instagram, and we have the 2-for-1 special, not one but two TikToks, Sideline Sports and Sideline One Sports. Sideline One Sports is run by that guy down there, Jacob Kristner. So, with that being said, kind of had a pretty good past week for the Cubs. We go and get right into the swing of things. So we're gonna start off with the Angels series, where hey, we swept them on the road, including an 11-run beatdown on August the 23rd, where they won 12-1. Nick, your thoughts about this series?
Yeah, I mean, we did exactly what you needed to do, and that was beat the crap out of a lowly baseball team, go into Anaheim and get the 3 wins. That's exactly what you needed to do at the point in time. Hopefully, you thought it was going to wake everybody up, and I know we'll get into the next series with the Giants, but I thought this series was going to be kind of like the turnaround. Here, hey, let's beat up on these bad teams, and that's what that whole series was. Is we just beat up on a bad baseball team, and that's what you're supposed to do when you're trying to make the playoffs,
make the postseason. Yep. And Jacob, your thoughts about this series?
Well, it was one beat down and then 2 1-run games, and really, I mean, or I think it was it 5-3 in the last one or 4-3?
I think it was 4-3 actually.
Yeah, but the big thing about it. It's they really, it's one of those things where they've been like 14-10 in this. They haven't had the same energy since the beginning of the year. I really feel like, just saying this, I really feel like that a lot of the Zoom energy started to dwindle just a wee bit after the sweep with Colorado, and it was all 2-1, 3-2, 1-0. It's like, which they should have had like in the last Colorado series. They should have been pounding them. It feels like, and because the Cubs started out record-breaking. I've never seen record-breaking dwindle down and like fast and then go for 2 months like that.
But I'll say this. So guys that were also playing out of their minds, like above their own projections, right? Like above, like Carson Kelly's playing at an all-star level the first month and a half of the season. Well, then the water level kind of levels out. I think you're seeing the water kind of level back with Boyd a little bit here the second half. The water's leveling a little bit with PCA. I'm not saying he's not still a great ball player, but I'm just saying like they played out of their minds the first month and a half of the season, and I think the water's leveled. Everything kind of levels back, and it is leveling out a little bit. I mean, we know Tucker had the injury as well, so he had to play through it. Probably shouldn't have played through it. Probably should have went on the DL. So I think some of that is like the water leveling out because we were on a record-breaking pace, and this team looked like it was the greatest team, ever. And I still think they can win a lot of games. And I also think you're talking about the energy. I think the non-effective at the trade deadline says a lot of things too, where they just don't. They didn't go for it. They didn't put the chips all in the middle and go for it.
And you're right. And the thing is, the whole PCA thing, remember, PCA started the year 206 average on his career. So this is kind of dwindling back a little bit. It's like, I see, because the first thing when I first started, you heard me say that, is like, find that coach that got him right there right away, because I want to find out who that is and give him a raise. Right. Because it's kind of like Kevin McConnell with Darnold. It's like the one coach that finally got him. You know what I mean?
Finally got to him. Yep.
And that's the big thing. But the biggest thing about it is it would be a weird, almost the weirdest. Say that the Cubs hypothetically made the World Series, which I'm doubting, but let's just say hypothetically they did. It would be the weirdest World Series to me ever. Like, it really would be.
I mean, but in today's day and age, though, you see it all the time. The Diamondbacks were, below 500 at the All-Star break a couple years ago and made the.
No, that's not what I meant. there 19. There was 2019, and there was the Nationals went 19-31 and won the World
Yeah.
Series. That's not what I meant, though. What I meant was just a complete boom to
Yeah.
you know, it's like it literally feels like an old Six Flags ride.
But here's the thing though, is like we're sitting here saying this, but we're tied for the second best record in all of baseball. In the National League. So it's like we're still winning games, boys.
Pretty much.
Said
that they've been like 14-10 in certain months. They've been
Yeah.
just like they're 12. No, they're not losing out on anything. Milwaukee decided to just get crazy.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that was Milwaukee just, going
winning
on
the thing. Winning
three different 10-plus game winning streaks. But go ahead, Jacob.
Well, and there was the big thing. This is where I'm at. I wanted to see, and you guys heard me at the beginning of the year, like April and then early May and stuff. You heard me with this. I said I think they needed to win 100, 105 or whatever games to be against those monsters in the NL. I mean, the Philadelphias, the Dodgers. And I'm just saying, when I was saying early in the year, the Padres, the over and over, just those powerhouses, and the Cubs haven't been there in a while.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that, and I'm like, I still believe that. It's like, yeah, you can get hot, but oh my God, I mean, looking at Philly right now, and you've got Schwarber as an MVP candidate all of a sudden. And it's like, and you've got that. I mean, it just hitting 4 homers about 6-7 days ago.
No, that's 2 nights ago. And somebody proposed.
Was it 2 or 3 days? Okay.
Yeah. I think it was Sunday night, even, or Sunday or Monday night, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody proposed this question the other day. What if I would have told you that Kyle Schwarber is going to be the only position player from the 2016 Cubs to possibly make the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's it. That's an absolute possibility. It's like the thing about
everybody else. If I would have told you that in 2016, though, you wouldn't.
Well, he'd blown his knee.
Believe me.
Blown his knee.
You know what I mean? Here we are a decade later, but
he'd blown his knee. But see, it's such a different time now because personally, to me, there hasn't been many 229 hitters like what they usually average that get there. But it's such a different day now. You got to remember, Arias on the Padres been to 3 different teams.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was hitting like 320, 340, 330. Everybody's looking for this ridiculous. And the thing is, it doesn't help the teams. It's that let's see, that YouTube, the TikTok. They want to see homers and see everything there.
Chicks dig the long ball.
229. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Chicks dig the long ball.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, Schwarber, I would take Schwarber in our lineup right now. That's still to this day. I mean, I'll take the 4 home runs.
No. We'd see the 4 home runs, but I'm like, we have enough guys that strike out in the field as we speak as it is.
Yeah.
But personally, I'd take them over Carlos Santana and all the rest of the waiver wire from the bad fantasy leagues.
Yeah.
It literally looks like the people that they're picking up from the bad fantasy leagues. It looks like the team that's 2-10 in fantasy, and you're going into you're hoping, and then you're hoping that like Joe Flacco has a big week.
Yeah, right. Well, we'll move on to our next series, and here's where things just kind of take a dump. The San Francisco series where the Cubs got swept and allowed a walk-off RBI single to lose 4-3 on August the 28th. Your thoughts about this game, this series, Nick?
Yeah, it was just disappointing altogether. They should have won the last game. Palencia probably shouldn't have been out there in the 9th in a tie game. He's better when we have the lead instead of trying to come in. And the other games are just like I said, the water's kind of come back on Boyd a little bit. He's not as dominant as he had been in the first half. He lost the first game. We lose 5-2. It's just a team that we should have beat. That's a team like carrying the momentum from the previous series. You should have went into San Francisco and at least won 2 out of 3, right? You had Boyd and Shota going, and you lose both of those games. Colin Ray didn't pitch the greatest in game 2. It's just like, man, like you had all this momentum. It looked like Tucker was kind of getting it going a little bit, and then the wheels kind of fall off here against San Francisco in a series that, man, we really needed to win beat these bad teams. Like, that's the thing. It's like we got a chance kind of still to kind of catch the Brewers. I mean, we're only 5 back. So it's like one bad week from them and a good week from us. So like these are the teams that you need to beat and like sweep take 2 out of 3 from the lowly Giants.
Yeah. And it helps that right now they've already won the series against the Braves. We'll talk about that next week. But it really helped. It really helped to sweep them. But Jacob, your thoughts about this series right here?
Well, when you were talking about getting the energy, I didn't feel from the Angels series. I was glad to take that series because even though it was a three straight, I was glad to be able to get to that point because it was 2 of those games were close.
Yeah,
it just didn't feel like the same energy. The Giants one is a little irritating, and it was a little irritating, but it's like at the same time, if you feel like you're blowing out, if you do a Colorado to that, you're going to win that series, against the Giants. You feel like, but there wasn't that energy. We're not talking about the Atlanta series till the next week, but the Atlanta series is the energy I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that. I have not seen that. Let's see. I'm trying to think of that dugout that energetic in 2 months, even with the wins. It's like they feel like they're getting somewhere. I don't know if they were bored or if they were in their struggles in their own head, whatever. But they're feeling like that energy again. But they weren't feeling it with the Giants, and it's like in truth. See, we're going to bring up the next series, but they went 5-4 on the road trip, and it probably should have been 7-2 or 8-1.
Yeah, true.
That's the energy I talk about. When you have that energy, you do that.
Yeah, I mean to what you're saying, that energy, the Carson Kelly walk-off on Monday night, where they battled back and won. Like that's the energy you're looking for. Those are the things that momentum that you like, kind of like there was a time, what was it? I think 2017, the big home run that was it not Boyd, but what's his name? He hit
You're
the grand
talking about
slam.
Bodie? You talking about
Bodie? Yeah.
I remember Bodie seeing that.
Yeah, like that energy, like galvanized that team. And then even in like 2015, 2016, I think it was 2015. Chris Bryant hits like 2 home runs against the Giants or something in the middle of this, bad stretch, and kind of like galvanized that team. So it's just like hopefully that Kelly win in this break series is kind of galvanizing them and waking up and getting the energy going.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, before we go on to our next series, we actually will take a quick commercial break, and we will be back with more Cubfidential.
Sideline Sports live every Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Kilton Clark is Larry Bird, I would say, and Paige Beckers is Magic Johnson.
It's kind of like an oxymoron,
Yeah, moron is right.
Maybe when they listen to people like you, that's how they continue being the Browns.
They did have that type of talent for the pro level, but the scouts failed the team.
I disagree. The Panthers, I'm not saying they're making the playoffs, but they're going to be really hard to beat this year. Bryce Young,
So they're not winning the division. Hooked up with some chick, and then he told her he was a linebacker.
Those are the good people over there on the Sideline Sports Show. So tune into the Sideline Sports Show every single Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Sideline Sports Network with JB Ellis, John Shear, and Dave DeRocher. And we'll go on to our next series here. So things pick up a little bit after the letdown at San Francisco, finishing off the road trip, winning 2 out of 3 in Denver. Hey, welcome back aside. He finally hit the win column for the first time in nearly a year with a 4-3 win on August the 30th. Nick, your thoughts about this series?
Yeah, you want to see. I've always liked Javier Assad, and you want to see him kind of get back to what he was before the injuries. So he's been up and down. Like he's just in that barely can make the roster. They're calling him up, send him down, calling him up, sending him down. So it's nice for him to come out and get a win. I thought that was nice for him. To get that win. And again, it was just like you wanted to win that last game and sweep the Rockies. You still win 2 out of 3. So, I always say, like, hey, win the series. So we won the series against the worst team in baseball. So, snapping out of that Giants loss, who knows, if we would have got swept or lost 2 out of 3 to the Rockies, we might have been able to stick a fork in us. But good bounce back after the sweep from our first sweep of the year, really, right? The Giants swept us the first time we've been swept all season. So nice bounce back series here by the boys.
All right. And Jacob, your thoughts about this series?
Barf to not sweeping it. I have to just say that. It's like that. They had great first 2 games. Then they bring. See, that's the big thing I have with, and I don't hate Council. I don't hate him, but I'm going to ask this, Nick. I'm going to say this. Don't you feel? Doesn't it feel like sometimes that it's like, remember that there was before? Let's see, and then before there was like, I'm not going to say he's anywhere near Dale Swain. That was horrible. That was a horrible time.
Yeah,
I'm saying something that bridges over to something better for the big time. Doesn't it feel like with Council a little bit because he is so skittish with pitchers. He's so skittish with the thing. Like it's like he's worried about his job even to be second best in the major. You know what I mean? It's like he's skittish about his job at all times. He's not. It's like he doesn't have confidence.
Sometimes I question the lineup. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, why? You know, like this guy's been batting well. Like, you know, why isn't, the second half of the season, Shaw's been our best hitter. Like, why are we not moving him up in the lineup? Like, let him try it out. Like, why isn't Michael Bush, let him play against lefties? Like, you don't know if he can hit, like, let him do it. Like, he's been a good hitter. You know what I mean? Like, I just question some of those things. And I question like some of the lineups where I'm like, okay, we won the series, but we got a chance to like sweep. Like, but you're sitting like 2 of our best players here. You know what I mean? So like I question some of that stuff. It's like, man, not putting your foot on the throat sometimes.
Yeah, it took. I know, and that's the issue. It took Happ hitting 229 and dropping out at number 1.
Yeah,
and it's like, sorry, I'm like, this is where they always seem to forget, and I'm talking about these teams. This is where they forget. Remember who the leadoff hitter for the Dodgers was last year? Not Ohtani?
It was.
Yeah, it's like, but he did it. But it's like it was a natural. But it was the thing is, he could hit every which way. He was like what, a little over 300, just a little under, and he was hitting there. You need to this day, even with the changes in baseball, you need a legitimate leadoff. The Cubs won with a legitimate leadoff. And they dropped Fowler off. They moved about 972 people into the leadoff thing. It hasn't been the same. It's like, in truth, and then they try to throw Ian Happ because you got to get the power hitter. No, it's like I still think like a Nico Herner is. I still think there is still some need for an old school mindset. Get them on base, get them moving. And get them on base, get them moving, get it all that kind of stuff. Ian Happ is not a runner, and you need those kind of deals. And here's the thing: Michael Bush is also a possible leadoff hitter, but they need a figure with a leadoff, and they need their manager to just say, "I don't care," and just go with it. Because the thing that's agitating is he's scared on his thing when things and guess what? He's got a team to win games. If he didn't have a team to win games, they'd be worse than the
they'd be worse
Rockies.
than what they are right now. Yeah,
they'd be worse than the Rockies if they didn't have a team if he didn't have the team to win games. He's got the players.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with him. It's like, okay, if he proves me wrong and they can win it, that's awesome. But it feels like, okay, let's just say they get to the NLCS hypothetical, then they all kind of stuff like that. And then the next year, hypothetically, get to the first round and lose. Do you go after somebody? That
I don't know. I think he's their guy. Like they went after him. So,
do you go after something that finishes it? That's the whole point. Can he finish? Yeah. Remember, in Milwaukee, he lost every first round.
Yeah.
So it's like he lost every first round. Now, mind you, he's got better players here than he did on that. He won 90 games. But can he finish is the question. There are managers that can finish. I mean, I'm going to say this part. Like I'm just put this as Cubfidential for 1 second, just using an example. Mm-hmm. People over there want Snitker gone. Over here in Atlanta, want Snitker gone. It's even with his ridiculous record. They want him gone because that's what fans do. Yeah. But here's the thing. I keep saying this over and over. Go get a guy that knows the deal and that can finish the job. You know who that would be if he's healthy? Ron Washington.
Good call.
I'm saying he was in that dugout when they won in 21.
That's true.
But don't just go make their name Walt Weiss. I'm like, woo, great. I love 71 win seasons. But,
I know, right?
I mean, but those are the things that fans do. It's like, well, he might be good. He knows the game. You don't think a Ron Washington wouldn't be, especially when he knows the deal.
Yeah.
When he knows the thing. It's like, you got to get the guy that finishes the job.
Yeah.
I mean, and no matter if the cheating went, AJ Hinch is winning in Detroit.
Yeah.
He finished. You got to get finishers when you're that close. That's what the Knicks made a mistake on. That's what they make a mistake is they're good. They should have gone after like Mike Malone and finished the job. He's got the ring, but instead they go after somebody that's barely gotten it.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, we'll move on to our This Cubs for You. Now, I know that Kyle Tucker actually had 2 home runs in a game in the Angels series. Welcome back, Kyle Tucker. But I wanted to highlight this one right here. And that was shortstop Dansby Swanson. He had 2 home runs and a season-high 6 runs in an 11-7 win at Colorado on August 29th. Your thoughts on Dansby Swanson, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, Dansby's, that's what we paid him to do. You know what I mean? Like, he's supposed to be the leader of this team. For the most part, he's the kind of the cornerstone player. Like, that. Remember, we signed him to this big deal. You know, doesn't look like, for all sense and purpose, everything I'm reading, Kyle Tucker's going to be a Cub in a Cub uniform next year. Dansby is. He's going to be the guy for a little while. So, you know, this is what you want. He's kind of been up and down all season. So, you know, hopefully he can get hot and show, you know, kind of who he was in a Brave uniform.
All right. And Jacob, your thoughts on Dansby Swanson's performance and him so far?
Dansby's a weird cat. He started what's he been, 3 years now with Cubs?
2,
I think
3,
so.
Yeah.
2 or 3, yeah.
He started, 3. He started like 447 in April of that year, and then never again. It never again. Literally, it feels like he's hit like 226 since or something. So since that 1 month, he just started ridiculous, and then never again. But he's a great fielder. He's a great fielder. He's got that. It's like, wouldn't it be crazy, literally having that 1 month? You know what it feels like? It feels like, in a way, a position player version of Arrieta. Arrieta had the two no hitters. He had the 2 no hitters. He had the world. He was he went to the World Series. He won the World Series. Had a great playoffs. Had all that kind of stuff. Had a wonderful time. And then before that it was miserable with the Orioles. Goes back to the Orioles after is miserable. Goes back to the Cubs miserable. And that's
the Phillies. He was with the Phillies. It was the Phillies. He was awful.
Yeah. Phillies, yeah.
And then this is what it feels like with Dansby. It's like he started out like 440, something crazy, and then never again. And then what if he was a hero in the World Series? Kind of feel it would have those Miguel Montero vibes.
Yeah. And you hated Montero.
Oh, I know I did. I know I hated Montero. And then all of a sudden, I mean, I literally was like this, like when he was up. You know, I was literally like this when he was up. Well, it's 2 outs, the base is loaded. Well, he might get whatever. Boom! Like, holy crap! It's like he just said, "Who cares? Swing."
Just swing. Yep, just swing.
He just said, "Who cares? Swing." I've had a horrible year, and he became a hero.
Yeah, why not? And so, our last topic, going outside of Wrigley here. So as of right now, predict your top 2 seeds from each league for the 2025 MLB postseason. Nick, starting with you.
Yeah, I got to think the Brewers in the National League, right? I mean, I'm pulling up the standings real quick. I mean, they are 85 and 54, so they're technically 5 games above the Phillies, 5 games above us, and 7 games above the Dodgers, really. So it's like, or almost, yeah. So I got to go with a month left here, 3 weeks left of the season. I still got to say the Brewers in the American League, it's tough. Like,
Actually, go back to the National League. I said the top 2 seeds.
oh, okay, the top. I was thinking
because
top seed in each league. Sorry,
they're gonna get the first round bye.
Yeah, so Milwaukee, and then I'm gonna say the Phillies get the top 2.
Okay.
And then in the American League, it's gonna be the Tigers are gonna be the 1 seed. They're the best team. I really think they're probably the best team in baseball. And I think the 2 seed's gonna be the Blue Jays. I mean, the Yankees are right there. They're 2.5 back, but I'm gonna lean towards the Blue Jays. They got 4 games up on Houston. It would be the Blue Jays. I'm gonna edge them out over the Yankees just barely here.
All right. And Jake, who you got?
Gotta go Milwaukee. I just do. I have got to go with that. It's like Cubs are making their comeback a little bit and stuff, but I mean, it is very hard to come back from a couple of 10-game winning streaks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to go with that. Might as well say Phillies. You know, might as well say that because they're getting hot. Dodgers. I mean, really, the Dodgers and the Padres are fighting for this thing for basically on the second row at that point in time. Cubs basically have the first seed on that wild card. So we're going to go to that. So yeah, I'll say Milwaukee and the Phillies. Let's see. What did you say right now as far as the American League? Who's the tops right now?
I said the Tigers. They got the most wins in all the American League, 81 wins. And then Toronto's right behind them with 80 wins. The Yankees got 77 wins. Houston has 76 wins. Boston has 78 wins too. So,
yeah, that the American League is tougher because it's still a whole September left, and you've got some
3 of those teams are fighting for their. The American League East right now is 3 of those teams going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I know.
It looks like, and 2 of them, one of them's going to win the division, 2 of them probably going to make the wild card.
Let me say Yankees and Tigers. I'm going to say that because there's that. I mean, the Yankees get, for some reason, even with Aaron Boone, and Aaron Boone's not the most wonderful manager in the world. You know what I mean? If not the most wonderful manager in the world, but they seem to come around in September a little bit and stuff. But it's where they bomb in the playoffs. But I'll give them a September run and make it the Tigers and the Yankees.
So even with their troubles that they have had, you still have the Yankees coming back.
It's hard. It's hard not to. Hard not to. I mean, you got to realize people complain about. People complain about Cashman all the time, mind you, because he hasn't won a World Series since '09. Okay, but he's still in the ALCS 1 out of every 2 years. No, and they made the World Series last year, but they still. Okay, we can say that, and he lost that. They're still in the World Series 1 out. Not World Series, and the ALCS 1 out every 2 years.
That's
with him, even in their struggle. It is just hard not to see that.
Okay, then. Awesome. I mean, even in the division where it had been, in Tampa Bay's playing hella ball too right now. That is a very, very tough division. I mean, outside of Baltimore, pretty much anything can happen. We could see the Red Sox make a run. But
make sure they don't have those yellow jerseys with Boston on it. Make sure they don't have those. Those are horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. But that's our show.
Hey, hold on. I want to shout out real quick. We got to shout out Cade Horton and what he's doing real fast. Compared to what he's doing in this, especially the second half of this season, is compared to Jake Arrieta's Cy Young Award. Their ERA is very similar. Strikeouts are very similar. Innings pitched and WHIP is right there. Cade Horton right now is your odds-in favorite to win National League Rookie of the Year. This kid that we got is going to be a stud. He's pitching like an ace. Don't be
he's got no hitter. He's got no hitter right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, hey, I just said they're looking at the stats compared to Jake Arrieta's 2015 season. Jake had one of those, in 2015. So Cade Horton right now, we got this kid is legit what he's doing for us. And hopefully he can keep doing it for years to come. But right now he is that I'm not saying start him day one starter in the playoffs, but man, he's to me he's past Boyd as far as like my comfortability is starting, and I think I still got to give show to.
I love Cade, but like I would like to see him. Like if he doesn't have a tough inning or he's throwing too many pitches, do whatever. I'd like to see him finish one.
Yeah, they need to let him
really
go.
Would. I'm sick and tired.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm sick and tired of Council getting skittish on it. Oh, he's at 78. What is he at now? Click, 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 click. Yeah. I hate that. It's like let him finish. You know, it's like I mean, if a manager can let 42-year-old what was it, Verlander? Yeah, 126 pitches.
Who just got his first home win of the season. And let me tell you something. 10 years ago, never would you have thought that you would see Justin Verlander at 2-10 on the season.
Well, we know he wouldn't have been 10 years ago. He's just getting older. But that's the thing, though. I'm not saying go 126. You can't be doing that. You really shouldn't. But they're not going to. I wish I would let him go with it a little bit, but let him get 100 a little bit. Let him run it a little bit. Let him finish a game. Just teach him efficiency if you're worried about the arm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we go, promo for tonight's show, Nick, what you got going on?
Yeah, tune into Head Kicks and Haymakers on the Bodkin Show Network here, channel on YouTube. We'll be talking UFC Paris. This weekend. We'll preview that card. We'll look at this past weekend's MMA events. Plus, we'll talk about some of the fight announcements, mainly the MSG card that was announced by Dana last weekend. So we'll cover all the MMA news that's happened in the last week or so. So I'll be happening about 8 o'clock Central, 9 Eastern here in about 30 minutes or so.
All right. And Jacob, let everybody know what you got going on.
Well, I'm going to be on the Sports Exchange pretty soon. And I'll be on the Sports Exchange pretty soon, and my pundits topic tonight, and you're gonna probably like it, is I'm going after Jason Whitlock. I'm going after him. It's like basically going after Mr. What I like to call. Remember, like I said, let's see, Uncle Wickus. What do I call him?
Wickus, yeah.
Yeah, Uncle Wickus. Yeah, I'm going, but basically I call it low hanging fruit. So I'm gonna be doing a lot about that.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for this week. Tune in next week for more Cubfidential. Follow us on all of our great platforms, and we will see you all later.